Deepa Mercer with Excelarise. Welcome to our video on Omnibus Rule, the new HIPAA ruling. HIPAA has been around for a long time, and now there's new rulings that are coming up each and every year. Last year, they came out with what is called the Omnibus Rule. It's nothing new, it's just an addition to the existing rule into HIPAA and both high-tech. Now, where is this really going? In the HIPAA Accountability Act in 1996, there's actually 5 different titles. But the one we're really focusing right now is on the Title II, which includes the preventing of fraud and abuse, the medical liability, and administrative simplification. And under that administrative simplification is the electronic data exchange, the privacy, and security. And security is where the actual Omnibus Rule falls under. So with all this information, what is the Omnibus Rule anyway? The Omnibus Rule actually has been around for quite some time, and it's actually embedded into the HIPAA and the high-tech security rules, which includes the privacy, security, and enforcement rules. Now, what's really interesting and the big change that came in September of 2013 was the addition of the business associates. A business associate is an entity or persons that creates, receives, maintains, or transmits the PHI information for a covered entity, which it's interesting enough, it also includes vendors and subcontractors. So the Omnibus Rule, who does it affect? Actually, there's 2 definitions that we really want to talk about. One is the covered entity. The covered entity is the group that actually transmit the health information. This could be hospitals, physician groups, any organization that actually touches patient care. A business associate, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is a person or agency performing a function or activity on behalf of a covered entity, and it touches any kind of patient information. So who could be considered a business associate? A business associate could be a transcriptionist, it could be a lawyer, it could be a vendor that actually provides electronic health record, it could be a pharmacy, it could be a lab. It is basically any entity or persons that actually can touch patient information in an organization. In the Omnibus Rule, one of the key things that really changed was the penalties and fines. It's not the old HIPAA anymore, where there's just a $1,000 fine here and there. You can have up to $50,000 in fines and fees if there's neglect and no corrections found for these violations. So there's several steps you can do for compliance. One of the key things you can do is analyze all your business associates and all the business agreements. You need to ensure that all business associates are HIPAA compliant, and that includes the subcontractors and vendors. You want to conduct an audit and a gap analysis of your own organization. Find all the areas where it could be missing or areas that have not been implemented. And that's also not only just policies and procedures, but it's also network and security. The next thing you want to do is make sure all your business agreements and contracts are revised to ensure that all information and your vendors are HIPAA compliant. And most importantly, train your staff to understand what is compliance and what they need to do to ensure that your organization meet all compliancy. We're beyond compliance dates. Compliance was actually back in 2013. The effective date of the Omnibus Rule is actually March 26, 2013. All business associates and covered entities had 180 days from March 26, 2013 to be compliant. We understand the importance of having compliance and being HIPAA compliant. And we understand how it's daunting. There's so much going on to be able to be compliant. And it's not just having policies and procedures, but it's looking at your network, it's looking at training, looking at mandatory organization education. There's so much to it. So what we have is a turnkey solution. We have a HIPAA report compliancy tool. This tool will actually take us through 161 points of HIPAA compliancy. It will look at all the areas and understand if you're compliant or non-compliant. And most importantly, it will help you create those remediation steps that's necessary to become compliant. We can help you with policies and procedures. And it's just not writing policies and procedures, it's actually implementing it and making sure it's part of your daily process. We can also become your compliance officer. We can help you with training. Training is so important, and having all your employees understand HIPAA and actually follow all the rules that's necessary to make your organization be compliant is so important, and we can help you with that. So call us or take a short survey below, and we can get you a free quote.